1971th review. That is very special to me because I was actually born in 1971. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment tu t'appelles? Yeah, born in 1971, so 49 years ago. Well, 50 if you count the fact that it's actually too far. I was actually born in June, so yeah, I'm not quite 50 yet, thankful. Thank the F. Yeah. I used to be really good at it at one stage, to be fair. Good evening. Yes, how are you? So this is Chattanooga Choo Choo. It is a Tennessee whiskey barrel-aged Imperial Stout. And I think is it 10.5? It's from Bang the Elephant. They like to bang their elephants, they do. So yeah, 10.8%, £8 for the can. Not the cheapest, but a lot of Imperial Stouts, you know, you're paying anything from £6 upwards for Imperial Stouts. You know, you won't. I mean, Old Tom's on a 4 for £6 deal. That's about the strongest of them. Good evening. Much better now, isn't it? Thank you for the for this last night. Thank for that recommendation about putting it there. Actually, a master trick, because now you can see both signs. You can see that person doing the review who doesn't really like his reflection, but you can also see the beer, and the beer's not coming too much into the picture. Ooh, 8.5%. I do like a strong beer. So I seen this last week. Thank you. Yes, the beer is. I seen this last week when Bang the Elephant brought it out. Bang the Elephant, to a company based in Langley Mills, not far away from me. I did review another of theirs the other night. And for my 1971th review, good evening. Very cold. I've got a gas fire on in the shed, and I've also got my radiator on, and the shed is actually quite perky in here now. The gas fire is on its last legs, so yeah, I don't think you'd get it in a pub, to be honest. They've got, I think, about 10 barrels. So at the moment, and I've commented to them that the more barrel aged stuff they bring out, the better, because these sort of beers, they sell. Liquid Light, another Nottingham-based company. I'd love a box of Polish beers. I'd love to be able to get hold of them. We've got a Polish shop in a few miles away from me, and I cannot. They're not open. They've closed down. And it's like, God's sakes. Trying to find somewhere, trying to get hold of them type of beers. It's killing me. Anyway, I better crack open the beer. So yeah, really excited about these barrel-aged beers. Yeah, they're a bit more pricey than normal beers, but you're paying for the ABV. And obviously duty on beers is expensive. And again, that recommendation about putting it there, now I can pour the beer out and you can see it poured out. Well, most of it at least. So, black pour, and like most Imperial Stouts, no head. I've not seen even my Imperial Stout up the house. Doesn't really have a head on it. And if you look on my Facebook page, I've posted about my wife's cakes tonight. For those who like cakes, and I actually shared one of her cakes. Yeah. I mean, can't wait to taste it. So for the year, it's the year I was born. And now I've got to 1971. There are a lot of dates coming up over the next few weeks where I'm drinking beers that remind me of something, like 1974 when the wife was born, and then my kids' dates. So yeah, there's going to be some interesting beer reviews, and then obviously 2000 when my 2000th beer review. 2000 is also the year my son was born, my little one. And cheers. Looking forward to this. Oh. German beer shop. Oh, I'm getting, there's a good aroma. I'm not quite getting it. 1977, yeah, 78 when Forest won. Good evening. One thing you do get is the strong ABV. You're definitely getting the chocolate. There's a hint of whiskey there. Yeah, someone said to me on my person, I asked on my personal Facebook feed, asking where I can get Polish beers and single cans, and this says, go to the St. Anne's and the Meadows. No notification. Oh, that's sad. And yeah, and I was born in St. Anne's. In no way I'm going down to anywhere in St. Anne's, parking my car. By the time I got back to the shop, if I'm not mugged walking to the shop, by the time I got back to the car would be nicked. So, no. Oh. So, the whiskey element from the barrel aged. Yeah. I mean, I usually can spot dickheads a mile off. They usually wear grey with hoods. If you do, don't they? They've all got this. You obviously, being working outside all my life, you see people and you can read people a mile off, what they do, their interactions. And I'm a person who watches people, and not in a perverted way, but in a way that, is he going to be an idiot? And not often are you wrong. You see someone come in, you think, oh God, here we go. Oh, this is an intense little fella. So the whiskey comes through quite nicely. The elements of whiskey. There's a smokiness to it. Obviously the ABV. Used to watching from the bushes. So anyway, we're driving down, we've got a road in Nottingham called Forest Road. So me and obviously we're working in that area because it's between the Arboretum and the forest. And we're in a council van anyway, so we're never going to get pulled over. And it's a red light area. Anyway, we're driving along, and there was an attractive girl there. Obviously, she was a prostitute. And next minute, she's like this. And I'm like, what now? So I drove around the block again just to get another. Back in the day, obviously. I was a lot younger then. And if anybody who knows me personally tells the wife, you're getting a good hiding. Not only joking. She knows what a twat I am. But yeah. Fucking I nearly crashed the van. Yeah, we had to make up we were doing some work a little bit away from her just to be nosy, as you do. But sadly, over the months, you could see the decline. I don't say too much. But yeah, and you watch the decline. Obviously, no, I didn't do a Hugh Grant, no. And you know, because a lot of them are on drugs, sadly, and you're seeing them going gaunt. You're seeing the drug elements taking effect on them, which is so sad. You know, no woman should be selling themselves for sex unless they really want that. You know, certainly not forced into it. I mean, these days with the internet and all that, they can do a lot of that, and they don't have to stand on street corners. I'm actually extending. The wife wants. She's got there's a metal shelving unit here to my left, and she wants that back up there. So there's some stuff that's in here that's going up back up the house. So I'm going to extend the beer wall over to where the barrels are. So basically, half the shed is going to either be a bar or a beer wall going round. And I'm going to put glasses on the beer wall as well. So at some stage, I might spin the camera around so you can see the new wall. But obviously, that's in the future. And that's where pubs are like, aren't they? You're in a pub, or a tap room, BarrelAged tap room, and oh dear. Well, obviously in lockdown, no one's seen it. I've got one mate who come down, and he looked at the beer wall and he says, "Are they empties?" I said, "No. Why the hell would I keep empties? You know." I mean, the great thing is, at any one stage, I can choose whatever I like to review, and I'm conscious that not everybody's a craft beer fan, not everybody's a traditional beer fan, and not everybody's interested in local beers like this fella. So trying to mix the reviews up is a good thing. Maybe one day I'll chuck a cider review in, but you know, most people, I suppose, are drinking craft beer and beers these days. I mean, you know, every time my bin's emptied, I'm thinking, I hope the dustmen aren't listening to the amount of bottles that are in that bin. Because, you know, if you're doing 2 or 3 reviews a day, then that could be so many. I mean, I wonder who does actually the most reviews. I'm sure I heard that the real Simon, the real ale bloke, he does 4 reviews a day. And that takes some drinking. I don't think he goes to work. I think he earns his money off YouTube. So he's using that as a living. So I can understand that in some ways. You'd want to be banging out the reviews. Good evening. Thanks for coming back. I mean, obviously, you can't go out to the pub anyway. And if you went to the pub on a night out, you'd be drinking, I mean, God, 7, 8, 9 beers, if not more. Yeah, I've watched that. Yeah. I relate. I can relate to that. I watched it the other day. Sorted dinner out. Oh, bless you. Does your daughter ever watch any of your reviews, or is she busy doing homework and all that sort of thing? Flipping heck. Now, this fella is strong. I'm struggling to see the writing. I'm struggling to see the writing already. I've only got that far down the glass. Oh, I'm going to get a bollocking when I go back up the house. Then salt and pepper sui mei. What's that? Chinese? Yeah, I'm not doing beer reviews. Sorry, not doing beer reviews. I'm not doing food reviews. Yeah, it's intense. Jesus, I'm struggling to see the fucking comments. I feel pissed already. No, I had McDonald's earlier. So tonight we're just going to take something out of the freezer and cook it, I think. Bless her. Yeah, so for those who've come a bit later, on the look at it, you know, black pour, little white head, but you'll get that with most imperial stouts are the same anyway. Strong ABV, as you would expect. On the nose, you can really smell that Tennessee, that whiskey element there, and a smokiness to it as well. On the taste, that, you know, it translates to the taste, and by heck is it strong. It's given me a thumping. I mean, it's the 4th beer of the day. I had one at 4, one at 5:45. Yeah, I'm not drunk yet, but I tell you what, it's affecting my bloody eyesight. You know when you can feel it, when you're looking and you're thinking, fucking hell. I mean, I've got a mate, Keith, and when he gets pissed, all of a sudden he looks like a Chinese, because he's like that. And that's all you can see, because he's that drunk he can't open his eyes properly. You never know when the late night reviews might come. You've got to drive in a bit. Oh, Jesus. Have a good one in the pub. Bless you. Are the pubs quite full then? Before you go, that is, are they quite full of people, going back to the pubs and supporting the pubs? No, I'm not balancing nothing. Subways, they're all right on, once in a year, I think. With the views, I've noticed that Galahad Lager yesterday, all of a sudden, it was getting ridiculous review. A really strong amount of views. And I'm thinking, it's a Foster's clone. Why is it getting those views? And it must be a thing where certain beers, and like this is a connoisseur's beer. This is a treat. This is the sort of beer that beer reviewers need to drink because it is a truly outstanding beer. Fans of beer, this is that sort of beer. Yet this probably won't get the views that the Galahad Lager from Audi gets. And I've noticed that with a lot of my views on beers, where the ones that have not been linked to by sites, they tend to get ridiculous amount of views. Yeah, and you can understand that in this day and age. If you're not home brewing, the cheaper stuff is more enticing, I suppose. It's a good tip. Oh, wow. What an intense, smoky Imperial Stout. And I think the smokiness makes it taste stronger than what it is. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I'm looking for these, random stuff. I mean, for me, I like to support local breweries. And I think if all beer reviewers did 2 or 3 a week of their, locals, then it gets you known in your community around you. And there's always a chance that you might get a freebie off somebody. Yeah, the Googling, yeah, I get that. I'm getting Instagram feedback as I'm talking here. Cheers, matey. Yeah. I mean, wow, I've got a hint of nuts in this review now. I've been nowhere near anyone. Some of the Audi stuff, yeah, and I like that. I like people supporting their local breweries. You are anybody doing beer reviews is basically an influencer for that area, and doing positive reviews, even if you're not really keen on the beer, you can do it. You can do a positive spin-off of a review in some way. Do you know, I absolutely hate the thought of camping, sat in a tent. Oh, I can't do it. I mean, I've been in a caravan, and we went to Skegness once, next to Fantasy Island, the theme park. My lad don't drink. Yeah, he can drink, but he don't. Yeah. 5 gallons to bottle tomorrow. Oh, what off? I mean, I do drink quite a bit from the local stuff, and I try and mix and match them, which is why I'm doing either 3 or sometimes 4 reviews a day. I mean, On a certain day, I'll probably get through 7 reviews, but you know, that's a day when I know I'm not working tomorrow. Probably in the summer when I know I can do sneaky reviews. You know, the wife knows I'm down the shed tonight, so. My mother-in-law, she's got an issue with sleeping. So they went in a tent, and she's got a real issue with snoring. So she's snoring that loud that the people 4 tents up are saying, fucking stop that snoring. And you know, the abuse was unbelievable. Oh, missed that. Yeah, let's hope these vaccines get rolled out soon as well. You know, to everybody in all the vulnerable sectors. New Zealand Brewery Series Pale Ale. Ooh. I've got a mate who's big on New Zealand, lives a mile or 2 away from me, and yeah, he'd like that. Yeah, he was supposed to be going to New Zealand last year, but obviously that never happened. And now the wedding's been done, so he's not going to be going this year either. So he's gutted, poor lad is, and he's a good mate as well, good lad. So, whoa, I'm going to be steaming tonight. Jesus, you can feel it there. I mean, obviously none of us really know if you're susceptible or not. Surely by now, I've got a lot of different beer glasses. Yeah, I've got at least about 130 different beer glasses. Yeah. Strongbow Rosé Cider. Got it not long after it came out. There's a review on the channel. You know, if you go on the main YouTube page and you go underneath where there's that little search bar, search Strongbow, you'll see the Strongbow Rosé review come up. From what I can remember, because it was a long while ago, it was okay. You know, it's funny because a lot of it, and you find this with companies these days, they're all jumping on the bandwagon. Hard seltzers, all of a sudden, every single company is bringing out hard seltzers. Gins, they're all doing gins. Oh, what was that about 2 women in the night? Now. Bless you. Seltzer. Well, a seltzer basically is it's like a sparkling water, and I don't know who they are aiming it at. Yeah, I don't know who they're aiming it at. What market? I presume it's women and students, because I can't see it attracting. It's not going to attract the craft beer population because they don't really care. They don't need to go looking for sparkling water. So I would think it's the, you know, they're looking at the female population for that. It's interesting to see where it's, you know, where it is aimed at. I'm not saying that. But I get what you mean. Yeah, it's definitely good evening. It's definitely a hippie thing, you know. It's a trendy thing, isn't it? I mean, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, most of the categories that alcohol comes with. Yeah, yeah. I think it is that calorie conscious. I think you're right on that. Yeah, 1 litre, teaspoon of sugar. Ah, that's about right. Go too much, you get an exploding brew. You don't want that. Oh. Oh my gosh. Jesus, I can really feel this. God knows why this gas fire is lasting so long. Tonight, it's actually, 10 degrees in the beer room. Whew. Plastic bottles, that's where plastic bottles win over glass bottles, because they can take the pressure. It's 10.8%. And it's, you know, it's very complex flavors. You know, you obviously get the Tennessee whiskey. You can taste, you know, the whiskey element. You do get the smokiness from the whiskey as well. Oh God, yeah. I've got a I'm gonna get rid of some of my wine. I've got a friend who likes drinking my wine. Well, he gets it for free, so he don't care, and he lives nearby as well. So I'm offloading a load of my old stock, so I can start doing some fresh brews. Right, that's interesting. Now, you know, with some of the juice wines I brew, there's been a sugary element at the end of fermentation. So I've bottled it, not used any stabilizer, you know, to kill off the the yeast. Bottled it. 6 months down the line, the bottles are solid, and I had a sparkling blueberry wine, a sparkling pomegranate wine. Whew. No, the ones are done. Double chocolate and orange imperial stout. Oh, that does sound nice. Oof. I'm feeling tanked on this bugger though. I've had one plastic bottle explode. It went about 4 times the size, and I think it was one of the cherry ones. You know, Brew Firm cherry, and I added a shitload of sugar to it, and it just. I came in one day, and say if it was like that originally, it was like that, and it just the sugar in there was ridiculous. And I came back the next day. No, sorry, it was Easter brew. It was Easter brew. I remember, because it was all brown over the walls in the shed. Looked fucking disgusting. Bulldog Brew's Easter brew. If you want a fantastic chocolatey stout, that is amazing. Yeah, that's probably why imperial stouts cost more than normal, because obviously you're not moving it around more. You're not getting the more use out of your. So say you're doing juice wine. Let's go with cherry juice wine. You can do four bottles of cherry juice, 4 bags of sugar, 1 kilo sugar, yeast. Makes a brilliant cherry juice wine. You can ramp it up to 6 kilos and 6 litres with the yeast, and again, slightly stronger. Cherry juice ferments fantastically. Some of the other ones don't. Prune juice ferments fantastic, although it don't taste great. It's a bit harsh, makes you shit. But grapefruit juice, that ferments brilliantly. And again, it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very harsh. You're drinking it. It's they call it a man's drink, but it puts hairs on your chest. It's that type of drink. When you've drank it, you're like, whoa. I don't care about dates. I'm the stuff on the wall. I'll drink it when I want to drink it. I'm not being dictated to by a flipping date. I've got some out-of-date beers in here now, but when I review them, you won't know they're out of date unless I tell you they're out of date. And at Sainsbury's, we used to love the out of date, because we'd get them for 40 pence a bottle, and we'd take them home, and they was lovely. I mean, never that far out of date, anything up to a year out of date, there was. some of the stuff on low cost. There's a couple of bits on low cost that are, I think, 2017 that I read, and he was quite honest with it. Yeah, a bit of aging's a good thing, you know. I mean, like this fella here, aging, this would probably turn brilliant over age. Sadly, it's not lasted 3 days, but, you know, you do what you do. Not always. I mean, I've had some supposed to be sparkling no, you wouldn't. I mean, I've got my Barolo and my Amarone wine kits, wines. They're going to stay in here till the summer months. And once we're allowed to have mates around and have a drink, we'll have some parties, and or at least just a drink, and get steaming. Yeah, and then try and do a beer review when you're pissed. Whoa. Done that. Not yet. No, I've not bought any more beers from low cost just yet. I'm looking at my stockpile of beers behind me, and I'm trying not to go too far. Although I've been on low cost today, and again, flipping heck, there's a load of new beers on there again. Some cracking beers. Some nice drafts. Bit dicey buying the mixed box at the moment, the Discovery box. I absolutely love the Discovery box because it's a great way of getting new beers. But there's a lot of ciders, and there's the sparkling water, and I'm wary of getting a mixed box with like 4 ciders in. Oh, that Hogarden, is it Julius? Sounds lovely. You know, looking at, I'm really feeling this now. Starting to get really drunk. Oh. I'll say something that I shouldn't say soon. It's bound to happen, as you do when you've had a drink. I'll have to do a live drunk review one day. That'd be hilarious. Although I won't be able to read what you're saying, so. Oh. Now, the only problem is that live chat's in my way. I can't see what the bus Wi-Fi. It's amazing, isn't it? In the days, hey, can't fault you. On the bus, going to the pub. You know, all of us in England, or even Scotland or Wales, if people are watching from Scotland or Wales, or even further afield, you never know. We're all envious. You're going to the pub and we're sat at home drinking beer, watching some bloke on YouTube. Yeah. Makes you wonder when pubs reopen that a lot of beer reviewers will see viewings drop quite a lot because people are out at the pubs. Yeah. I mean, luckily we've got a well-stacked freezer, so God knows what I'm going to cook later. Oh, when it reopens properly, there's a lot of people who've been stuck inside for months, and then when a beer matures, yeah, definitely. It looks better, doesn't it? So you see the beer in front of me, you see the Raggy's Homebrew sign there, and you see the Raggy's Tap Room sign there. It's awesome, isn't it? I like to tweak what I'm doing, and then if I just do that, you can see what I'm drinking, you can see the colour of it, and it all makes I like that. You know, it feels like we're in a pub or even a beer shop, really. No, I need to review Tennent's Lager. I need to do all these strong beers. You know, like Tennent's Lager, Kestrel, Carlsberg Special Brew, barley wine. There's loads I need to do. Oh God, yeah. Homebrews, you know, I know. I look at the other beer reviewers, and I think I'm the only one who does a lot of homebrew. Although Blue Nose, I know he's doing homebrew as well because he did a prune juice wine, bless him. But yeah, I love the homebrew side of things. You know, the homebrew, because let's be fair, when you're paying X amount for a can, this can was £8. So you're paying X amount for a can. Then when you're having a drink and you're not reviewing, you want something that's cheap and cheerful. Homebrew, you know, provides the cheap and cheerful. Does he? I thought he did. I was watching his collaboration review last night, although they kept going on and off. So I was watching it and then they went off and I was thinking, no one's talking. And so in the end, I knocked off because I was knackered. And I was watching it in the background. Enjoy. And I know you're on live. So tonight, Kent Beer Reviews, he's live after 8 o'clock. And he does lots of collaboration. You'll see other beer reviewers. So make sure you check him out. You know, all beer reviewers deserve good support. And he's a good lad. I might do, you know. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Maybe not straight away. I'll wait. I'll get dinner out of the way first to watch a bit of TV. I mean, last year, we're all fart sniffers, aren't we? But last year, fucking hell. Last week, till I've had a drink. Last week I actually went live. It was different. You know, up at the house as well, not in the beer room where it was freezing. Millie, is that the salted caramel one? Ooh. Yeah, the salted, that wild beer, it's an acquired taste. Whether if you like salted caramel, you're gonna love it. If you don't, you may not. Oh, I'm feeling tanked on this fella. Absolutely gorgeous. So, if you ever get the chance to taste Bang the Elephant's beers, I've had 3 or 4 of theirs now. I had on the Adventure Beer Advent calendar. I think it was a snow stout or something. And then earlier in the week, I had a peanut butter and caramel stout. I had another one from them because, and I've actually got one of the people that are in the company on my personal friends list. And then this fella, and at the middle of the week, this says, it's running out, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to try that. So luckily, the local place who are near me, Adventure Beer, they I looked on their website. They hadn't advertised that they got it, so I looked on their website and blow me down, they had it. So I ordered 2 of these. I ordered a navigation beer and the Alter Ego Brewing, and came the next day. Gotta say, some beers, there's beers out there that are box tickers, beers that we want to try. And that's it. Fucking everyone's talking. I can't see the talking. Do I prefer watching reviews or being the star of the show? I don't know about being a star. I don't class myself as a star, by no means, It's interesting watching other people's reviews just to see how they are, really. Ooh, thirsty pigeon. Jennings Cumberland. I like that on draft. Jennings Cumberland. Right, I've caught up with them. Didn't realise everyone was talking. Ooh. Slurpee and his beers. Good lad. Leading the there's a lot of beer reviewers out there now, and you know, on the bottom of my page I'm adding other beer reviewers, because for me, if they come to me looking at my beer reviews, I'm glad to, you know, give nods up to other beer reviewers. And I think if you all do it, it's a community. People may like one beer reviewer over another. You know, we've all got, everyone's very different. And I'm fucking surprised that gas bottle was lasting. And so to let people to know there's other beer reviewers out there, it doesn't really bother me, that don't. Worst beer from my county. Yeah, Jennings, it's Marston's, isn't it? You know, you don't need to say any more about that, you know. Yeah, oh bless you. Which video is that then? I'll have to have a noser. I've been busy today, so I've not been on YouTube at all. Yeah, there's some nice beers from Jennings. Back in the day, Cumberland was a really nice beer. Dab lager. Ooh. Again, not a lager I've tasted. And this is where, as a beer reviewer, you know, reviewing the stuff that other people don't review is great, because you are basically the only reviewer doing that. And yes, so if you're a salted caramel fan, Millionaire is great. If you're not, then not. I do agree about Cumberland. Years ago, Cumberland was one of my very top beers. Nowadays it's not, but that might be a palate thing rather than a taste thing. Right, yeah. I do worry with beers that the taste, because of ABV, duty, you know, cutting corners, that the taste has dropped out, and care. You know, as a brewer, you want to make sure that your beer tastes the best it can. Facts say they do some fantastic stuff. That 10% is bang on. Gets you pissed on that. Oh, bloody hell. I feel absolutely tanked. And it's nice and warm in here tonight. I'm not freezing like last night. I've actually hit the 10 degrees mark. Oh. So around me in Nottingham, we've got a lot of microbreweries, little breweries, but every single one of them are pushing the boundaries. And the little breweries are bringing out new beers on a weekly basis, sometimes 3 or 4 in a week. And so if you like their beers, they're bringing out 3 or 4 new beers. You're going to buy them 3 or 4 new beers because you know you like their beers. And that creates a flow. You look at the likes of Green King, Shepherd Neame, Fuller's, they are bringing out no new beers. And that's why sales fall. I mean, obviously, not every beer is a great beer, you know, but Kestrel Super Lager, another one I need to review. I need to get the bugger first. Once I get a resource, and this is where I wish low cost in some ways did, like single cans of Carlsberg, Tennent's, all that stuff that's really random, and the Polish stuff, because and all the East European stuff, because you get all that together in one place. Bloody hell, what a resource. And obviously if you're allowed to sell them singly. Yeah, with any beers, I think, mix and matching your beers, drinking stouts one day, IPAs another day, malty beers, alcohol-free beers, ciders, lagers, it all balances your palate. No, I've never had 15% dragon soup. Do you know what that is? I mean, if I'm looking at traditional breweries, oh God, yeah, definitely ciders in the summer. Good evening. Yeah, I've got a load of ciders on the shelf behind me, and I've got a load of spirits as well, and several lagers. On the lager front, there's not a lot of new lagers out there. Obviously, real ales, craft beers, there's loads of. They are really pushing the boundaries. Milds, Ashover Brewery, they do 2 or 3 milds, amazing. St. Peter's do a mild, absolutely banging, cracking mild. What night is it tonight? Friday, isn't it? Oh yeah. Yeah. One Division's on tonight. I'll watch it, then I'll watch the breakdown afterwards so I can understand what the hell's gone off. Dipping Dog, never heard of that. Oh, I've never heard of the dragon soup, no. Yeah. With some of the, the tropical and citrus stuff, sometimes you need a break from that. There's a lot of people doing the same old stuff, and it gets boring, doesn't it? When you've drank one citrusy beer after another, trying to pick out the flavours. So tonight I went for something totally out of the field. That's why I went for this Tennessee. Right. Ooh. It does sound like one I'd like, definitely. Oh dear. Right. Before I get too drunk, and that's what you want. From any beer, whatever the beer is, whatever the lager, cider, whatever you're drinking, you want aroma. You want taste, something that tastes nice, that ticks those boxes, whatever boxes you want ticking, and you want to feel like, it's been a good experience. And even if you're paying 50 pence for a can, if the experience of the can is good, then you'll drink it again. If you drink something that's supposed to be, I don't know, a grapefruit sensation, and you can't get the grapefruit, or hop bomb. Sadler's did a hop bomb a few years ago, and I couldn't get any hops at all. It was like a hop fart and a hop bomb. And I love Sadler's, great brewery, but if you're going to call anything hot bomb, it's got to be what it says on the tin. So, before I get too drunk, blackberry flavour to the beer. Oh, bless you. Badger's Golden Glory. Peach and melons all over. I don't know about the elderflower. Didn't really get the elderflower. But yeah, peach and melon all over with Golden Glory. An absolutely outstanding beer. Perfect for the ladies. Perfect for blokes who like a fruity beer. It was absolutely outstanding. It would get a 4.6 from me any day of the week. But I can't get hold of it because I don't brew it anymore. Does my bolting. So, anyway, this beer. Black pour, no head. Smoky nose. A hint of whiskey on the nose throughout. Yeah. Well, Leicester are doing very well. Derby are doing shit. I think Derby may get relegated this year, and I personally hope Forest go up, get into the playoffs. But hey, we never know. Golden Champion's not bad. It's a good beer, but Golden Glory is better. Got to be honest. Oh. So, to me, this was for my 1900. I think he's doing a good job. Yeah, I think he's going to be a good manager. For my 1971 review, don't forget that I was born in 1971. So for this review, I wanted a special beer. Some interesting ones there. All the elements are there. The strength. Oh, wow. It's given me a right kick in the bollocks tonight. You know, it's a true classy little fella. 10.1. And I've got to go back up the arse in a minute. 51 minutes. Jesus Christ. It's supposed to be a beer review, not a chat. That's what you get for. That's a shame if they have. About a 1.8. I gave Budweiser once because it was terrible. Yeah, a truly outstanding beer. Whether you'll get the chance to taste it, because it's barrel aged, comes in small quantities, probably not. You know, Bang the Elephant is the brewing company. Check their website out. You know, all these little breweries are worth looking at. Yeah, World Cup Budweiser. Search that on my channel. And it's a shame, isn't it? No, Pruger's wasn't that bad, actually. Yeah, bless you. Yeah. You can't beat banging a few elephants. Yeah, I'm not going down that road. I've got a dirty mind, and if anybody knows me, if anybody actually personally knows me, it'll come up in conversation one day. Can't be done with that. Even though I know where you're going. But yeah, outstanding Imperial Stout. For me, you know, well worth the price I paid. Well worth the price I paid. And a very decent Imperial Stout. The Tennessee whiskey effect, the smokiness, the whiskey, you know, it was all there in abundance from the nose to the taste. And, you know, so interesting and such a great little company. You know, Langley Mill, on the way to American Adventure, a great theme park back in its day. So sad that it closed. You know, it should have never closed. It should have been took over by one of the big companies and carried on. It had a perfect, you know, area that it was in. So, for me, a good 4.56 out of 5. You know, an outstanding beer. Really nice. Whew. Right, better end this review. Going to get a bollocking off the wife. Been down here an hour and a half. Fucking hell. Going to go right bollocking. And thank you all for watching, commenting. And I hope you have a great weekend. Back here tomorrow. For, you know, well, definitely at 6 o'clock, but there may be another review. You never know. These sneaky reviews might pop in. Depending how pissed up I am later. Cheers. Not me. That was the drill. Oh dear, steaming. Is that done out? Cheers. Oh, that's the can.